And we're back. Thanks again, everybody, for joining me. And we're actually going to be taking a look at game number 5 of Grumpy Grimm's Spectacular Free-For-All Tournament. Now, this tournament took place in 2011, but this is the 5th and final game from that tournament. Grimm, of course, organized it. And so far, we have 6 players, 6 finalists from, I don't know how many players were actually in the tournament, but I would imagine like 20, 30 players were in this tournament when it was played. And so this is the 5th and final game. I guess this will determine the winner of our tournament. It is Proving Grounds is the name of this particular map. And it's last man on the hill. So the basically the last man standing is going to be the winner. And looking at this, it looks as if Ghengis only has 12, Chron has 20. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, I have no idea who's gonna win, but it very well could come down to this game here. Let's take a look at our players real quick. It is Ghengis Boozer, otherwise known as Ghengis Khan, kind of the heavy hitter for Giant Killer General Southern Parking Squad, and also his Asmodean tournament team as well. Next to him in the red, it is Michael Jordan 23, who in fact is Giant Killer General, probably one of the best captains of all time, according to some active players of today. Anyway, he is very skilled, and I have actually featured him on a couple of my casts as well. He definitely does have a good grasp on the mechanics of Myth. We also have in the yellow Chron 1, who I don't know too much about him. I guess he was on the Silent Sentinel team, I believe, in the Myth World Cup 2012, which I did cast. Adrenaline, of course, was on the name changers in that same tournament. We've seen a couple of casts featuring him as well. Well, not him present, but him playing, including, of course, the Satchel Rain maneuver that that was very interesting. I've never seen anything quite like that before. And of course, we have Myrk, who has, I don't think he's ever won a Myth World Cup, but that's kind of that people call it the Myrk curse or something along those lines. Anyway, he's going to be trying to tango on the flag here. And remember, this isn't King of the Hill, this is last man on the hill, so it doesn't really matter how much time you accrue on that flag. Here we have Donsky. Donsky was on Grimm's My Team, but it looks like he is being gunned down here by Ghengis. Now, I think Donsky is the player to beat at this point, so Ghengis is looking to take him out as soon as possible. He knows that his only chance is to take Donsky out. Because if Donsky places very highly, he is going to have this tournament sewed up, I believe. So Donsky is going to be tied up here with Ghengis on the flag. We have several teams just kind of running around. Chron 1 going to try to chase away Adrenaline, but this is where most of the action is, right here, as Donsky sends in his Heron Hero. Oh, but he gets heel trapped. And this is not looking good for him. He needs to definitely run out of there. He might be on his way out here. This is what happens with the Heron Hero. Oh, these dwarves going to chase away these Heron Heroes from Ghengis. And Ghengis actually losing almost all of his archers. So he's not looking too great. Let's look at the percentages. 67% Donsky with 83% leaving. I'm crippled, leave me be, says Ghengis. He's going to bide his time, though. Now, Ghengis has actually placed pretty well in most of these games, in second or third, I think, in almost all of them. So he, even though he hasn't won any of these games yet, he is in a pretty good position, points-wise, to take the tournament, as there isn't a very wide differential between first and second place.
Flag contested.
And I guess it is between Ghengis and Donsky, as none of the other players really seem to have much faith that they can win this. But Donsky's out for blood here. He's going to move in with that goal, and he is going to snipe that last remaining archer. Ghengis taunting with that goal so that he can basically take down Donsky's. Ghengis still on the move. He's going to try to move around with that dwarf. Giant Killer General now trying to take a few pot shots off. This is a horrible position to be in. I've been in this position a couple of times, and it's no fun. You basically run away from the flag as far as possible, and you're chased away, and the flag is in the center here, and these archers just raining it down from above, and then you can't even go. I mean, there's deep water here that you can't even go into. So yes, some of these dwarves going to be focused down by all of these archers. Basically, GKG and Dant both taking advantage of Genghis' weakened position at this point. Elsewhere on the map, we have Adrenaline moving in on Myrk's position. He might be throwing some pus here. He is going to do a couple of cannonballs, but only one of them really managing to connect there with the pus bomb. And a couple of those archers get taken out. And Crypto's regretting ever mentioning who had what score, as he is just observing, and that kind of allowed some of these players to basically, well, they were able to modify their priorities in game. So I don't know. I guess I understand that. And gosh, Ghengis, he's running away. This is his only dwarf left, and I think he's sacrificing that dwarf so that he can. Oh, he's going to sacrifice that dwarf and make a pus bottle, or I'm sorry, a dud bottle. And he is going to move on this position. Oh, very interesting. That dwarf does get focused down, but I kind of see what he was going after. He wanted to blast it into these archers. That dud bottle didn't really work, but that maneuver did allow him to kind of, well, to survive at the very least. And he does have these Heron Heroes, and Heron Heroes are very, very useful. So that's, don't count him out by any stretch. He can come back, as Chron 1 and GKG are going to be at each other's throats here. Let's look at the scores real quick. 77-72%. It's very close between these two players. And GKG gonna throw down some of these fire arrows and try to take out a lot of these archers. I think he's gonna take out a couple more of them, as some of them are, some of these archers are kind of, I don't know, low health, I would say. Nice shot there by Chron 1 though. That dwarf paying for itself. But I think GKG has the advantage at this point, as long as he can repel Chron 1's advancements with these Heron Heroes. And one of them gets taken out here. He's going to move in with his own Heron Heroes, try to focus down Chron 1's. Oh, another heal trap. Actually, Chron 1 looking to be in a pretty okay position, although GKG wasn't managed to focus down that last remaining Heron Hero, and he is going to be able to take out these archers here, I believe. So he's forcing Chron 1 to play on multiple fronts here, and Chron 1 just not able to multitask the way that Giant Killer General is able to at this point. I think these Heron Heroes probably going to be able to slice through this brawl pretty easily. Although, Chron 1 able to take that dwarf out. So Chron 1 might be able to come back at this point. Nope, probably not. He does have the melee advantage, and you know, these Heron Heroes aren't going to be able to. What? What just happened? The game just ended, and I'm all the way over here. Oh man, this is one of those times when I wish that I could seek backwards. You can see that, you know, not a whole lot was going on between some of these other players. Kind of a lackluster game, as you know, it looks like Donsky losing a Heron Hero of his own on this flag. Adrenaline just able to just able to hold on to this flag, keep anyone from advancing. Myrk not in a position to take it. You know, he's trying to get in there, but he's basically forced off the flag by Adrenaline's pretty healthy force here. You know, Ghengis not able to arrive in time, and Donsky wasn't really in a position to do anything either, as his Heron heroes are. Look how many heals they have left, but they're still pretty low on health. I think Adrenaline's dwarves doing a lot to make sure that nobody else advances on this flag. I'm kind of disappointed because I imagined that somebody would have been able. I think all these other players were kind of daring each other to run in there and contest this flag, and neither one really wanted to do it. None of these teams wanted to be the one to, you know, put themselves in danger, make themselves vulnerable for the sake of everyone else in the game to be able to come in there and take that flag. So as a result, Adrenaline is going to win. Interestingly enough, that is not what I expected at all. So let's take a look. It looks like Donsky was able to get third, and Adrenaline was able to get first, and Ghengis actually got 5th place. But remember when I mentioned that there wasn't really a big difference between 1st place and 2nd place, and also that when I revisited the scoring for these games, whoever had the most damage actually took an extra point. So the scoring goes something like this. You know, 1st place gets 6 points, 2nd place gets 5 points, 3rd place gets 4 points, and so on. And so 6th place only gets 1 point. But whoever gets the most damage gets an extra point. So even though Ghengis didn't really win any games, he did get 2nd or 3rd for a number of games, and he actually did manage to do well in the damage department, and he was able to squeak by Donsky for 1st place of in the finals. I think he had something like 22 points to Donsky's 21 points. Anyway, it was just a 1-point differential there between them. Adrenaline did get 3rd with 1 point behind them. I think he had like 20 points. And because he did win the last 2 games, so that's 12 points right there. For this game, I think GKG managed to get the point for damage, but he did. I guess he did get last place as a result of being tangled up with Chron 1 here in the north. And Myrk, I think, I want to say that Myrk and GKG tied for last. I'm not too sure, but I think that's what happened. And then Chron 1, you know, barely ahead of them. But yeah, very interesting tournament. And you know, we saw some really good playing in these 5 games, but this game was just took me by surprise. I was not expecting it to end right when it did. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody, and if you happen to know of any games that you'd like me to cast, go ahead and contact me and I'll take a look at them. This is New Mutator. Once again, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in the next game. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a look at this flag and see what's kind of how things worked out throughout the entire game here. So we have Myrk and Chron 1 on the flag, Adrenaline just basically focusing on the flag here. Myrk's kind of opposite him. And I did say that they had a couple of skirmishes early on, but Myrk had kind of he had the short end there. So you know, he's trying to pick off some more archers and whatnot, but you know, he is a little bit behind here, 81, 96%. So he doesn't really want to. He doesn't really want to challenge Adrenaline to just a straight up fight at this point. He wants. He's probably going to need some help, or he's going to need Adrenaline to be distracted. Now Adrenaline's in a great position because there's nobody off to his right. You know, there's just these 2 players that are just basically killing each other. And whoa, nice shot there. I didn't even notice that, but that was a nice pus bomb there on those. I guess that was Myrk's. Was that? I want to say that was Myrkerdon's Heron Hero that got blasted there.
Sudden death.
And Myrkerdon's goals just got killed at the last second. Donsky trying to secure second place for himself, but he's not going to be able to win this battle as he's kind of distracted with Ghengis coming at him.
Captured.
And so he runs off the flag, and that's when Adrenaline
Game
wins.
over.
So I just wanted to let you know and show you how that actually transpired on the flag while I was up kind of in the north, following GKG and Chron 1's pretty epic battle. So that's what ended up happening. Myrkerdon lost his he lost one of his Heron heroes and backed away, and Donsky got distracted with Ghengis running up alongside him, lost one of his heroes, ran off the flag, and there was nobody there to contest afterwards. Adrenaline, basically uncontested, actually played pretty well. I do want to show you guys some of these numbers, as GKG actually managing to get damage this game. I believe 327 damage with that. Let's see if we can get losses as well. 22-17. Ghengis actually not doing too great. We saw him get double teamed by Donsky and GKG. 8 kills, 16 losses, which is unusual because I would have thought that GKG would have wanted Ghengis, but well, maybe he just wanted to challenge him, see how he handled himself under pressure like that. Anyway, Chron 1 almost managing positive ratios, 14 kills, 20 losses. Donsky does manage positive ratios incredibly, 11 kills, 10 losses for him, 179 damage, just behind Chron 1 here. But then again, he does have a significant force compared to Chron 1. 63% remains to Chron 1's 18%, so maybe he just didn't see as much action there. Myrkerdon barely did anything. I think Myrkerdon didn't do so hot in most of these games. 2 kills, 10 losses, only 79 damage this game, but he did actually manage to get second somehow. I don't know how it scores that. I'm not really quite sure how that works, but maybe it works from army size. No, I have no idea. Somebody let me know how it scored it why it scored it the way it did, because I'm pretty sure that Donsky was on the flag before Myrkerdon, or after Myrkerdon. Oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe it is the first person to tag the flag in the case of a loss. I have no idea. Anyway, Adrenaline actually performing pretty well with only 4 losses, 134 damage, which is it's not a whole lot compared to some of these other players, but it is pretty respectable when you consider he only lost 4 units. So congratulations to Adrenaline for winning this game, although he only did manage to get 3rd place, and congratulations to all the players, in fact, in particular Ghengis Boozer, who managed to squeak by Donsky in the end. So that's going to be that. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll see you, we'll see you whenever.